He came out of Louisville, Kentucky in the 8th grade. And so he was a city boy, and he went out to Paineville, Kentucky to live in a little house and knew no one. And he left all his buddies where he could walk across the street and see his friends. And then he's out isolated where his nearest buddy's 6 miles away. And so he went to Paineville Elementary and met some great people. So just over the hill there, the Johnson family farm connected to where he was. And so he could walk over the hill and work for the Johnson family, and met Helen. And then they kind of hit it off. And when he graduated from Meade County High School, they went to Bowling Green, Kentucky. She actually spent her senior year at Warren Central. So they got married her senior year in high school and went to college. Later on, he came back to teach at Paineville Elementary. Later on, he came back to be an administrator at Paineville Elementary. He had the highest attendance for 10 years at Paineville. He loved the community, and they loved him, and he loved education. So yeah, it was just a great environment to be in. So as a freshman, my dad coached, and so I was on the team. So for me, it was get ready, go watch a football game on the sideline as a freshman and write down the plays. So that's what I did. I watched all the guys play, and oh man, that's what I want to do when I get to be a senior. So, but it was fun watching the crowd. We always had good attendance, and so just being in that atmosphere and coming down the hill to Thunderstruck and those kind of things over the years was really fun. So Larry French, he came here my junior year to coach football, and we went and scrimmaged Warren Central, and we scrimmaged for like 5 hours, it felt like. And you know, nobody really wins a scrimmage, right? It's to see where you're weak and strong. You don't really keep score. He was keeping score. He said, we played till we got ahead, Sutton. And I thought, okay, now I know what it is. This guy finds a way to win. And I think that's the spirit of Shirley Jones. I remember we were having a bad practice at Wave Review one night, and she stopped us because we all messed up. She said, hey, if you mess up, don't let people see it, just go on. They won't notice, but if you fall apart, they're gonna see you. Just keep going. So I think those are the things that I remember a lot, is just people supporting you and pushing you to be better and just having a good time. So Kelsey loved school. You know, she was a whiz in math, very gifted, made a 5 on the AP Stats test. So teachers had to push her, and they did, so that was great. But Lauren didn't love school, and she cried in kindergarten, and she cried in 1st grade, and it took, I think of Gary Bradley and John Ditto, that they would welcome her every morning, and she loved to see those guys. So it wasn't just the teachers, it wasn't just the lunch ladies and the custodians and the bus drivers. It took everybody to kind of get her to love school, and so it was very blessed that we had people that at all levels that care about our kids. You know, I got to work with the bus drivers for a while, and we were always wanting to keep our buses clean. And I said, guys, that's a rolling billboard. They may never come in our schools, but people are going to see, people that don't have kids, they're going to see that rolling up and down the road, and how you interact with them and how you drive and how you present your bus is very important. And if you look at our buses to our buildings, it's just so nice. And I have people come from out of the community now, I'm in a different field, and they say, gosh, your school system is so clean and so neat. And I said, I guess we're used to it. That's what we expect. And so we're blessed to have that standard. Yeah, she was a great lady. She was a great teacher, one of the best. And so we wanted to find a way to be sure that her love of teaching, her love of kids could live on. And I know she took care of her kids when they were in her classroom, and she was always sure that they had what they needed. And so she loved shoes, she loved to exercise, she loved to start school with a new pair of shoes, to go in there and stand up and be sure she talked to every kid every day. And so we just thought, wow, what better way to honor her than to give kids shoes so they could start school with a new pair of shoes and be excited about it. So I'm going to try not get it cracked up here, but we've raised a lot of money, and we're going to be able to give shoes until Truett, her grandson, is my age. And so we start out with 350 shoes this year in 3 different counties, 100 here in Meade County. And it's just going to be something that will live on, and those kids will be able to walk into this school system with good shoes and a good outlook to get the things that we got as a teacher and a student, and my daughters that they got. So we're just very excited about giving back. When that came real and we had 100 shoes stacked up in front of that on that desk in the Board of Education, I just thought, man, this is special. This is going to be something that will live on and make a difference for kids 20, 30, 40 years down the road, because that's a true endowment. It never goes away, it grows. Never realized that some people don't see how much we care. That they've had some bad experiences in other school systems, or they just don't know. And it's just so impressive how much they care. And if you could just see what the teachers do. And when I went from teacher to principal and I saw what other teachers in their classrooms did, then I went to the Board of Education, saw what they did at elementary, middle, and high. And I said, gosh, this is across the board, people. We're helping at every level to give these kids what they need, even out of our own pockets. Wow. From the outside looking in, so now I get a different perspective now. I got out of education, I miss it a little bit, but I think it's harder. I think cell phones, gosh, those were coming along. I'm gonna date myself here a little bit. It's harder to be in a classroom and kids just want to look at their cell phones all the time. How can I be entertaining enough? How can I be interesting enough to keep their attention? And there's just a lot out in the world. And I think what I would tell them is you're in a special place that's not out in the world, where you have a chance to influence them.